Alrighty, everybody, welcome to the Nexus Division semifinals here between I Just Enjoy Bread Man and Team Happy Cloud. Hope you had a great time with that fantastic Storm Division series. We are going to be here to bring you this cast. I'm 7thAce, and joining me, as always, is the wonderful Ectar. How are you doing today?
I'm doing fantastic because I also enjoy Bread Man, and I'm really excited to see these two play off in their semifinal match.
Yeah, absolutely. And this isn't the first time, I believe, I've casted Team Happy Cloud, as I remember. I think that was Season 9 when you played against them. On 2 Calculate 2 Throw, I went ahead and casted that match. So, some experienced teams here. I don't actually know, I Just Enjoy Breadman, if they're like a amalgamation team from previous NGS players, or if they're completely new to NGS, but they are doing quite well here, coming in at the number 1 seed.
Yeah, I see a couple of names that I think are familiar, but I don't know if they were a team previously that just renamed or if they're a wholly new team. If we end up talking to them in the postgame, we can find out.
Yes, for sure. We've got our game starting on Infernal Shrines here. Before we get into this draft, though, let's go look at how we got here. As the number 1 seed, I Just Enjoy Breadman went ahead and opted for first pick, so that forced Team Happy Cloud to ban maps first. They went ahead and banned Volskaya and Dragonshire. I Just Enjoy Breadman banned out Alterac and Tomb, and Team Happy Cloud taking us to Infernal Shrines to open up this series.
So not a complete mirror of their first series. Team Happy Cloud banned out Volskaya the first time, but originally they banned out Towers instead of Dragonshire. They ended up playing Dragonshire in Game 3 in their original series, which Team Happy Cloud won. They got the 2-1 victory over I Just Enjoy Breadman. So really exciting that the number 1 seed is coming in here actually having lost the regular season match between the two.
Yeah, definitely one of those rare occasions. So this could definitely go the entire distance to 5 games. It has almost guaranteed prospects of being a really fantastic set. And we're starting off with a Sonya pick, as we saw 3 healers banned out in this opening ban phase. I think that's really interesting.
The Brightwing is a target ban. I Just Enjoy Breadman played like 14 games of Brightwing out of the 22 games I had in Test of the Storm, so very, very comfortable pick. And Lucio and Uther have just been leading the charge among healers, especially in the higher divs recently.
Yeah, ever since the high 5 changes to Lucio, he has been dominant in the meta, and I mean, a cleanse on everybody every 20 seconds, that seems pretty good, so yeah. We do have an early Stukov pick as well for our 275 Delta for Team Happy Cloud, and the ubiquitous Hogger as well. So good, very good on this map, as you can, if you line it up correctly, can just make an infinite box around those shrine points.
And then we've got the double blinds of Cassia and Johanna coming in. You don't always need to have a second blind for the Cassia, but it does make her a lot more effective. Cassia is another one of those heroes that I tend to see more in the higher ranks getting picked up for that DPS slot. And she's very effective at it, especially when she could use that extra range or move speed, depending on what she goes into, to just stay out and poke in damage, but then the Fen gives you incredible single target burst as well.
Yeah, her burst combo of dropping a blind and then going Q, R, D, and E onto anybody is just a ton of damage, no matter how you put it. So, really a strong. I would call her more of a burst hero lately, but definitely still can put out tons and tons of sustained damage. And more healers down with Malfurion going out, and then a noob banned out by Bread.
A noob was played in the first match by Team Happy Cloud, and they had a very effective Anubarak dive with Genji follow-up DPS combo that it just executed people on I Just Enjoy Breadman. It was very well played, and it secured them the first game victory.
Yeah, for sure. That's a strong combo. And Malfurion, very, very strong healer, especially since the Emerald Dream Roots talent became into existence at the level 1 talent tier. It is such an incredible talent that I mean, you have CC that follows up into more CC. What can't you like about that? Speaking
I
of,
can tell you, there's no dings on it.
that is true. That's very true. But CC into more CC, that is Diablo with Shadow Power and Overcharge. That's pretty good.
Ooh, going into double bruiser with the Malthael pickup. So I actually don't know who they're going to put in the solo lane. I would surmise Malthael.
Yeah.
Yeah, 4-man Sonya.
Yep. It is, Sonya puts out so much damage and so much wave clear that you can actually just run Sonya in the 4-man, and she's great, because, spoilers, picking up Sonya is great. But I think more interesting is the Deckard pickup, Ectar. I know you have opinions on Deckard, as he's fallen out of the meta ever since his Ruby nerfs.
Deckard is good if the team is coordinated enough to make his root stick, in my opinion. If you're just going through Storm League, Deckard's probably not the hero you want to pick because it's really hard to land those roots consistently. But if you can time out the Blessed Shield to make sure that the root hits his follow-up, he's still okay. Certainly not my favorite, but he's workable.
Yeah, for sure. I would agree with all those statements that you said, but that's because you've told me those statements for the last several months, so, All right, loading in to this game number 1 here on Infernal Shrines. Get excited. Go ahead, get some predictions in chat. Cheer on your favorite team. We've got I Just Enjoy Breadman as your number 1 seed, and Team Happy Cloud is your 5 seed. Here in the Nexus Division semifinals, starting right up as soon as somebody's potato loads.
I actually remembered to do the prediction before you said so it's already going in the chat.
I'm proud of you. Very proud. Ooh, Canny, go ahead, run the Zergling portrait. Love it. All right, here on the left side of the map, in the blue trunks, we have the enjoyers of bread. I Just Enjoy Breadman with NyQuil on Johanna, Canny on Cassia, Gold Fortune on Sonya, Mundane Zebra on Malthael, and Lux Haze on the Deckard.
And on the right-hand side, in the red trunks, they are Team Happy Cloud with R275 Delta playing the Stukov. Galaxy Quest is on the Hog Champ. Ferret is on Thrall. Chaotic is on the Sylvanas, and Fade stepping on the Diablo.
Alrighty,
checking out the level 1s as we are wont to do. We do have Deckard going into probably the double gem talent, which is what he tends to run these days. So, Sapphire on 1, Ruby on 4, and then usually still Kanai's Cube, so sometimes you do see Cube Mastery on 7.
Yep, that is capability. There goes a big root possibility. Only lands onto Diablo's Galaxy Quest. Went ahead and used that spin to win to go ahead and become unstoppable. So nothing too consequential occurring in this first little scuffle in the midwave, as both teams are now breaking out into rotations, but it is Team Happy Cloud with a little bit more rotational pressure to start.
We also didn't mention it, but we have Double Bruiser on the side of Team Happy Cloud as well, with a 4-man Hogger and Thrall in the top lane with that Earth Living Weapon. Sorry, Rolling Thunder.
Yeah, that's a good point, because it could have been like 4-man Crash Lightning Thrall, but instead we have Thrall dueling Malthael in the top lane, which I think is a better matchup for the Thrall. So I think that's a late draft adaptation there from Team Happy Cloud, but unsure.
And Galaxy Quest doing the appropriate angle on that Hog Wild to make sure that he gets infinite bounces to make short work of that mercenary camp, which gives Team Happy Cloud enough time to posture for an invade, but just slightly too slow and not enough advantage for them to actually pull the trigger on it.
Nope, Galaxy Quest going to spin right out of there, and Fade wasn't able to safely inform himself and make a charge happen, so overall teams just going ahead and taking their own camps, but the Hearth from Hogger is going to allow I Just Enjoy Breadman to come in and start working on this bottom camp as it becomes a 3v3 fight, 4v3 in favor of Bread as Cassia joins the fray, and it might just be a little bit of a stall until Hogger gets here, and then we might have a full fight.
We did have both bruisers actually rotate down to try and double soak as well. Big engage coming out from Fade onto the Johanna, but able to pop that D-shield to walk away a little bit. Stukov putting out a lot of havoc with that lurking on, but they are going to get forced back as Mundane Zebra shows and makes it into a 5 versus 4, secures that camp, and the first kill of the game.
Yep, that is first kill onto Hogger. Wasn't able to quite spin out in time here. Ferret going to be soaking during that whole time, so XP not too different based on just the kill alone, but I'm interested to see if either team goes ahead and picks up their bruiser camps here before this bottom objective starts.
It certainly doesn't look like it, although Sylvanas is headed there now. We had Ferret rotate to mid to try and match on Malthael, but it just does not work. Thrall does not double soak the same way that Malthael does, and he did end up losing a little bit of XP and wasn't able to rotate down into the bottom lane as quickly as Malthael with his superior wave clear and lighter colored horse.
Yep, well, we do see both bruiser camps being picked up here, with the one for Bread coming out just a little bit later. So is going to be pushed back since the minions are in favor of Team Happy Cloud. Galaxy Quest now causing a little bit of havoc towards NyQuil as the Iron Skin is burned for a short duration, and yeah, we'll have to wait to see. Level 7's picked up in time. There's the D-Shield, but it gets ripped through immediately by the 5 focusing members of Team Happy Cloud, and with Malthael up in the top lane is going to be a tough ask for the Enjoyers of Bread to try and recontest here now that level 7s are picked up.
Yeah, you can't unstoppable a body block on all sides. There we have the Infinite Hog Wild, as you expect to see on this map. He will finish that out, just slightly messed up, but it did allow them to get a kill onto Malthael, rotating out the rest of the team.
Yep, so good pickup there now with Sylvanas rotating into this bottom lane. We do have a Mortar Punisher, as our announcer just said, so isn't going to overlap roles with Sylvanas, so this is, I think, the strongest Punisher in the game when you've got a Sylvanas with those black arrows available to turn off the structures. Front wall's already down, and Immortal jumps onto Cassia while the fort is being wailed on by the rest of the team.
Yeah, looks like they have a good chance of picking up this fort after level at the first objective, which you don't always see. In fact, you normally don't see it. Tower is targeting Diablos. They're falling kind of low, actually, with that 20 armor cuts. They're probably going to have to back up, although that was a ton of Ruby healing potential.
Yeah, that's the second fight I've seen a lot of Rubies come out, so hopefully the members of I Just Enjoy Breadman will be able to capitalize on those later. It's one of the, I'd say one of the most impactful level 4 talents in the game.
Yeah, every 2 heroes that you hit with Ruby is an Ancestral.
Yeah.
It was 2.5, but still.
Yeah, I think it's less because it's 5 potions is an Ancestral, roughly. So yeah, every 1.67 heroes. It's kind of crazy how much healing that puts out. So really a impactful talent there on Deckard Cain.
Team Happy Cloud looking to rip this bottom camp, and I Just Enjoy Breadman. They have an even number of heroes here, but they just don't opt to take the even team fight. They want to try and get a more advantageous team fight somewhere later down along the line.
Yep. Looking at talents and everything before, or as we approach level 10, we do have Sundering for the Thrall, which I think is the most split-picked heroic in the game. Like, Earthquake and Sundering are both very, very well represented. Apocalypse, the Shockwave from Hogger, and Wailing Arrow from Sylvanas.
I would put Wailing Arrow / Mind Control pretty up there with
I would
parity
too.
as well.
I would agree as well. What do we have for,
For I Just Enjoy Breadman, we have the very expected Blessed Shield, Ball Lightning, and Stay Wild Enlisted. The Tormented Soul's probably a bit of a surprise pickup. I do not see that taken very often at all. And we do have the Wrath of the Berserker. Mundane Zebra actually popping the Tormented Soul, but is not going to be able to get away from that 4-man engagement.
Nope. It did cost a Shockwave from Hogger, which ended up missing and not contributing to the kill, but nonetheless, this is how you can get a lot of value as Sylvanas is finding a pick in an off lane and then just running it down with the group. Johanna pulled out from the gate, but does have the D-Shield available to save it, or to save herself, and continue to mount this defense as all members of teams were in top lane, now splitting out to go pick up some extra soak around the map.
So one thing I'm really liking with the Deckard play is Lux Hayes is playing a kind of counter-engage or absorption engage style. Fade goes in, and that's when Lux will pop their abilities to make sure that Diablo can't continue the engage or really disengage. Not exactly what led to that Diablo kill just now, but it has happened the last several times Diablo has tried to engage.
Yeah, Diablo's just sitting in a bush kind of warding the area and ended up getting caught out. I don't know if I Just Enjoy Breadman had vision or Diablo just kind of got walked into and CC down by several ultimates. I mean, it costs Bless Shield, Ball Lightning, Stay a While, and Wrath of the Berserker. So 4 ults down just for that Diablo kill to reset 100 souls. So severe ult advantage here for Team Happy Cloud. We'll have to see if there's any kind of 20-second delay that I Just Enjoy Breadman wants to do. Galaxy Quest now in the most trouble, is rooted, does get the shockwave out. Delta slaps everybody away to try and create a disengage, go ahead and heal the team up, and now ultimates are coming back online for I Just Enjoy Breadman.
Yeah, and now they're the ones that have ult economy in favor, as we saw the APOC, the Shockwave, and the Flailing Swipe all getting used, as well as the Wailing Arrow. Big engagement coming out from the Diablo, and the silence is going to mean still that the D-Shield can't come out, but they find a counter kill out of the Thrall, making it even, although Canny is very low. Mundane Zebra and Goldtune trying to engage into the backline. A huge swipes coming out from the Malthael is going to secure that kill out on the Stukov. Galaxy Quest is very low and deep into enemy territory, should not survive.
There's no way. Okay, good. That was if Hogger escaped there, that would have been the most Hogger moment that exists. But yeah, we saw winners of team fight. I Just Enjoy Breadman with their superior ult economy now going to be able to take this Arcane Punisher, push in the top lane with it, and there's currently no defense here. Fade with only 50 souls, not a superb candidate for being jumped upon, but is going to pull it far enough back that the fort would deter any kind of dive, at least while only 2 members are here.
Yeah, and Sylvanas was too low after that team fight, so she actually rotated all the way to the bottom lane to try and get some pressure with the catapults that had built up there, but Johanna had already gone to clear, so they didn't actually manage to find anything. However, they just barely lose that fort in the top lane. It would have been really nice if they were able to hang on to that.
Yeah, top fort does get taken out by the will of the minions alone there. And now the invade of the mid-camp comes through, so there are 6 Khazra Impalers pushing down this mid lane, and about a 3/4 level advantage here for I Just Enjoy Breadman, so could be impactful as we approach the level 16 mark and the next objective, but it also might be that with some diligent soaking from Team Happy Cloud, they'll be able to get there as well.
Yeah, and they're doing a good job cleaning up the mercenary camps that their opponents had taken with their time with the Punisher. We have both soul laners in the top lane, just kind of doing the soul lane thing of soaking XP and not dying. And really all of the pressure on the map is currently in the bottom lane, but really I Just Enjoy Breadman aren't trying to do anything with it. They're just trying to stay that quarter of a level ahead in XP and get to 16 first, maybe try to take a fight with that huge power spike that they're going to get.
Yep, meanwhile Fade trying to make a fight happen before this whole thing starts. Deckard Cain gets jumped on, but the damage isn't there while the CC was going down, and now it's a full disengage there from Team Happy Cloud. So they took their shot pre-level 16, didn't find it, and are able to back out successfully. So 4 ults traded on both sides, so pretty even trade. To be honest, I think both teams will just take it a little bit passive until level 16.
It's a really good job that Lux Hayes was able to get the Scroll of Sealing under themselves to make it so that Diablo couldn't continue the engage, like they've been trying to do all game.
Yeah, it's a very heads-up kind of play there. Ferret, let's see, let's get some
heads-up play going on the immediate invade. It was not even available for pickup while they were rotating over to it. Very good awareness of camp timing.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a really good pickup there for I Just Enjoy Breadman, as this next objective is in the bottom lane and is going to be a danger. Ooh, wow, good virulent reaction after a combo from the Diablo, but no kills to be found immediately, as there's a nice unstoppable there. I think that's the Fear the Reaper.
Inevitable End?
Inevitable End, you are correct. Fear the Reaper's level 1 talent. The Inevitable End from Malthael, able to create that unstoppable situation. Can Lux Hayes do it? No, Lux Hayes does not have the Inevitable End, but Hogger goes down in the middle of that, I believe. I did not see Hogger's health bar deplete in there, so a 1-for-1 trade. But taking out the opponent's healer, much more important than taking out the second melee.
Yeah, Hogger is above average in usefulness on these points because of the ice spin, as we saw in the chat. But having a healer is almost always better than not having a healer.
Ask anyone who's played Aram. Right.
They fixed that.
They did, but still sometimes you get those teammates. Faye taking a lot of damage here. Blessed Shield going to go ahead and confirm this kill. And now Mundane Zebra getting to run wild over the backline. So the excess of damage, lack of zoning, was able to let I Just Enjoy Breadman to completely walk over that team fight. Diablo back, but with no souls made out of demonic paper mache, is not going to be a good candidate for a recontest here, as the Frozen Punisher is picked up in the bottom lane.
It is. They do still have a nice healthy fort here to try and make a defense, but man, Team Happy Cloud kind of all over the map. When they lost, they rotated into top lane. They haven't even shown up into the bottom. To be fair, it's just getting here now, but it looks like they're really going to defend this pretty far back, and maybe not even make any defense on the fort, just because they don't want to worry about the potential follow-up from I Just Enjoy Breadman.
Yep, just a free give of the fort seems to be the safe play that was called for. So this is going to be a keep defense while Thrall goes ahead and cleans up this mid lane. And there could be a rotation here, as it looks like I Just Enjoy Breadman want to do it, but it was sniffed out quite nicely by Team Happy Cloud. So instead they're just going to have to settle for the mid fort, while Team Happy Cloud is able to make a defense here pretty unopposed here in the bottom lane.
Yeah, not even losing the front wall in the bottom lane, but they are down 2 forts. It's not the biggest deal in the world. It's just that, you know, 1 catapult every 3rd waves, but that can still make a difference with the help of a mercenary camp, or a lot of time for that cata to build up with a second, maybe even a 3rd one. And really the big difference here is that XP difference, with about 1.5 levels in favor of I Just Enjoy Breadman. They're going to be hitting 20 much faster than their opponents.
Yep, 8-6 in the kills, but looking at the XP, it is in the minions that the difference lies, as there is about 5,500 minion XP difference on this map currently, and that's what's got level 20s here for I Just Enjoy Breadman. We do have the Radiating Faith. Is that the Rock Stopper? Titan's Revenge. Blessed Shield got used, but I don't think it connected, or I think somebody would be dead. Respect the Elderly, the Revive on Malthael, no one can stop death, and Ignore Pain from Sonya. Sonya is going to not be ignoring pain in that virulent reaction that we've seen several times from Delta, but unable to convert them into kills so far.
Yeah, and they're almost level 19, which means that if they just stay back and play really heckin' defensive, they might even still get to level 20 before the next objective phase comes up. And you can see the members of I Just Enjoy Breadman. They are just sharking. They want to use this 20 advantage to find some kills or some buildings. And so far, they really haven't gotten much of it.
Nope, good safe play here from Team Happy Cloud, trying to make the defense happen and the scaling, or the soaking, work out. Thrall was up here in the top lane just safe soaking, not even killing the minions, so the lanes would stay pushed out. But, yeah, the minions just got too balled up, so that lane's starting to push out. But yeah, it looks like Team Happy Cloud on a good pace to be right at level 20 when the objective pops. Minions crashing in the mid lane, and now being pushed in the top lane here. So there is a capability here of getting to level 20 just in time. But I Just Enjoy Breadman. They might just want to try and force down a fight. We'll have to see what they opt for.
Yeah, they really haven't shown that they want to try to do that. Even seeing that Hogger was in the bottom lane, so they knew it would be an even fight in numbers in top lane. They didn't want to try and push in and get that building pressure, just because even up level 20, it can be very risky fighting under keep. Now that their opponents are level 20, they're just going to have to take an even fight out somewhere on the field. We do have Malthael currently taking camp in the bottom lane. That is going to put some nice pressure on the bot during this objective phase. But I would not be surprised to see Team Happy Cloud just try to rip a team fight here before that map pressure has a chance to build up.
Yep, and that's coincident with the catapult wave in the bottom lane, so extra pressure there. We've got Hellgate and the Wind Fury Blink for Thrall, the upgraded Wailing Arrow, which is actually a very strange talent coming in. Here comes the Respect the Elderly from Deckard Cain. Hogger spinning around in circles does go ahead and end that. Fade able to Hellgate on out of town. Controlled Chaos from Stukov, knocking everybody away, and the health bars of Team Happy Cloud are chunked. Diablo, less than, I would say, 10% health. Most everybody on I Just Enjoy Breadman healthy, and with a Sonya, you're going to be able to take that objective very, very quickly. So this is going to be a tough recontest for Team Happy Cloud. There it goes as we've got the Apocalypse coming in. Canny goes ahead and is the target of the dive, but it isn't enough as Ferret now taken out. Objective picked up for I Just Enjoy Breadman. Hogger going to end that spin up at the top. Doesn't walk into the bush to reveal the Hearthing Stukov, though. Malthael does get taken down by Fade, but Fade is going to go ahead and return very soon, and this is looking very, very good for I Just Enjoy Breadman.
Yeah, especially with that Radiating Faith coming out, hitting onto the Diablo, is going to come back, but as you said, Demonic Paper Mache and Delta will not be coming back anytime soon, and it is looking very dire. Top keep just fell, tons of pressure in bot lane, and the Immortal barreling through mid lane. It's going to be one hell of a defense if they're able to make it. The Stay a While comes out, is going to secure another kill out on Diablo, and it looks like game number 1 is going to go in favor of I Just Enjoy Breadman.
Yep, with 2 keeps down, heavy pressure in the bottom lane, and still a Punisher. This game 1 is decided, and we will go. And Team Happy Cloud will go ahead and go up 1-0 in this series.
And we're going to do the smart thing and not finish the prediction until I see it go and get updated on stream.
Oh, what a good mod Ectar is. Get some claps for Ectar, thanks. All right, well, looking at the post-game stats, Sonya with a lot of kills and a bunch of damage for being included. I mean, Sonya's just such a strong hero right now. With the Wrath of the Berserker, it's harder to see her direct input to a team fight, whereas Leap is a very flashy ultimate. So, tough to say if it was the key point, but I think some important highlighted play was Deckard's play. Lux Hayes did a really good job as he was a target of multiple RQE combos from Diablo and still is able to not die in a lot of those scenarios. So really nice job there using both the root on self, as Ectar pointed out, but also the Stay a While to keep the team alive and disrupt combos.
Numbers I'd like to call out would be the XP differential between Malthael and Thrall there. Almost just over 10k XP difference and about 50k in siege damage difference between the two. That shows you just the difference in the double soak capability between those two heroes, and it allowed them to just get these incremental advantages on the map. Really well done by Mundane Zebra.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I mean, as we mentioned, there's a multi-thousand minion XP difference between the teams, which got level 20 so much earlier for I Just Enjoy Breadman, and that made Team Happy Cloud's just general game plan so safe, unable to find any picks around the map because they had to be so defensive behind so many levels. So, well done there, again, to Mundane Zebra. So, yeah, looking at game number 2, we don't know what map it is. We know Team Happy Cloud is probably going to go ahead and pick up first pick. So where do you think we're going to go? Okay, never mind. I've got the message. We're going to... What do you think, Ectar?
Let me think. Tomb is banned. Shrines is banned. I think they're going to go Battlefield of Eternity.
No.
Dang it.
Try again. We are going to Garden of Terror.
Ooh, that map that nobody plays?
Fun fact, it is not the least played map in NGS this season.
Really? What is?
Braxis Holdout. So if
really?
It's by 25, so I don't think there are enough games left, or enough series left to make that the case. So I'm pretty sure that Braxis holdout will be voted out or be dropped out next season. That's kind of spicy because it's a least played map. It's not just the one that got voted in, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
that upsets me greatly.
Yeah, we'll talk about that one because offlaners have opinions on going ahead and having
Offlane lives matter.
yeah, it's one of the two maps where offlane really really matters. So certain offlaners and whoever may want that map to stay in the pool. So it might be on the ballot again. I don't know. Make your voices known in the suggestions channel because
End of season survey. Make sure you fill it
that
out.
too. That too. Fill out your end of season survey. Is that open yet?
Has that been released yet?
I don't think it is yet.
I don't think so either. It seems kind of late for that.
It is because it's usually when playoffs are going before we catch all the teams just leaving from first round eliminations and teams that didn't make it. So get that as soon as we can. Smile. So, Garden of Terror is the map of choice for I Just Want Enjoy Breadman. Ectar, do you have any information on that? Have they played that map much? How's it working for them?
I'll let you know in just a second, because I wanted to update my stats of the storm, but that update is now complete, so I'm pulling up Team Happy Cloud, and I'm narrating to fill dead space.
Narrating to fill dead space is the best kind of thing you can do. So, yeah, we'll see what kind of compositions we have. I don't know if we have any Viking players, so I haven't been a part of the Nexus division. Maybe there are some Nexus division people in chat that could give us this information, stuff like that. So, who have done... Okay.
They've played it once against Gilly Shark.
How'd that go?
They did have map pick. Gilly Shark won.
Okay. What was the composition like for either of these?
It was ETC, Diva, Falstad, Sylvanas, and Malfurion for Team Happy Cloud.
Okay, what about Bread? Because they picked this map, so I'm curious if they've got like Vikings or camp plans or something like that. If not, we'll just have to see. But kind of look into the scouting stuff is kind of fun.
Wedge says Garden of Terror is so fun and that he's come to appreciate it.
I know Wedge was a staunch oppositionist of Garden of Terror, so seeing that is really an interesting comment. It's not the most exciting map, I would say, but it is a tactically interesting one with all the camps, while still requiring good team fight, kind of like BOE in that regard.
So I Just Enjoy Breadman also have only played this once, also against Gilly Shark. Draw your own conclusions there. They took Johanna, Falstad, Hogger, Sylvanas, and Brightwing.
Both teams opting for globals, including that one being a double global comp. Falstad and...
They take Brightwing on every map, though.
That is a good point there.
Brightwing stands, and it's hard to blame them for that.
I agree. It is hard to argue for against the Murderwing. She is adorable. And, yeah. Unfortunately, the ban phase shows no mercy, and we'll almost certainly be seeing a Brightwing ban coming out here.
On Garden of Terror, I can't imagine it.
Wow.
My imagination is not what it used to be. Sucks becoming an adult.
I know. Just ridiculous. Lucio ban there. It's like we're playing in A West again. With multiple prevalent Lucio players. Crafty Trent being, I think, the most notable of them. Malthael
and
banned
Malthael getting banned out. Played very well, very impactful in the first game, and it's a humongous map, so having that extra 20% rotation speed is really big.
Yep, but Sonya's still available here, so Team Happy Cloud may opt to pick her up first.
The fact that it wasn't picked like frames after it was available, I do find a bit surprising. but they may just want to run down the clock and pick something else, or just use that time for deliberation.
Deliberation it is, as Sonya is the first pick by Ferret. So we'll have to see how I Just Enjoy Breadman handles the lane monster that is Sonya right now. Lane, team fight, everything monster. She's so good.
Yeah. To be fair, Mei has been, more of a terror in the Nexus even than she is in Overwatch recently. As she's just everywhere. Every game I play has a Mei. And you know what? She usually wins, so it's hard to blame people for picking up the overpowered hero.
This is like a reverse composition challenge. Sonya, Cassia, and Deckard all picked up by Team Happy Cloud. They were on I Just Enjoy Breadman last time.
Yeah,
and Hogger was
like a no you comp.
Yeah. It's a Spider-Man meme. Come to life in draft form. Let's see if they finish it off with a Johanna.
They can't pick the Malthael, though.
They can't pick the Malthael. So, I'll have to do something different. But what shall it be?
I mean, Leo is basically Malthael, right?
Basically, yeah. Especially if you're on Towers of Doom. You're just like, pick one of them. Good ban there from Team Happy Cloud. Falstad ban is a very good one.
Given that this map has 6 camps, I would not be surprised to see Jim Laner or a Gray Man or someone like that getting picked up here from the Bread team.
Yep. That is a very good tactical decision because taking those camps quickly is so important for being able to keep up momentum around the map. Instead, they're going Chromie Malfurion. It still keeps the options open for one of those heroes that you mentioned, but Chromie is a powerful stall pickup. It does, Ectar. It does allow for Vikings, and Monty Guy in chat said Canny can play Vikings, but I'm pretty sure
I have noticed Guy in the chat.
Guy in the chat. Genji Tyrael to complete the dive. Now that's a little spicy. I like it.
I hate Tyrael almost always, but I actually think he's really cool here because no matter what Canny ends up picking up here, Tyrael will be a good answer. If it's Vikings, then you can go with the Judgment and just kill probably Malfurion. But really, with as much engage as they have, they can kill basically anyone. We do have the Vikings. That makes me very happy.
Monty Guy in the chat. Somebody credit Monty for that. That was a call before this draft started, by the way. That was an impressive pickup there. So good capability there. And yeah, Hogger, the camp taker here for I Just Enjoy Breadman. Probably best solo camp taker in the game, so all their bases are covered. Now they've just got the extra stoke from Vikings, but they're going to have to survive the Tyrael Genji Sonya dive.
I guess now that we do know what kind of a comp it is, I'm a little bit surprised that Tyrael isn't like an Anubarak, because that gives them better... Oh, it was?
Yeah.
Oh, man. I guess I'm not surprised then.
Surprising, I tell you.
Oh, that must have been the 3rd ban from Bread?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep, it was. So.
Oh, look, I can see it on the stream.
Sure can. All right, on the left side of the map, in the blue trunks, we do have I Just Enjoy Breadman with Lux Hayes on Malfurion, Gold Fortune on Hogger. This was a bad idea. Canny on all 3 of those Vikings. Mundane Zebra moving to the Chromie, and NyQuil playing the Mei Isbay.
And on the right-hand side, in the red trunks, they are Team Happy Cloud looking to tie the series up, with Delta playing Deckard, Chaotic on Cassia, Fade playing the Tyrael, Galaxy Quest, phenomenal movie, playing the Genji, and Ferret playing Sonya.
That's a lot easier to do when I don't have to read the names off the top of people. All right. Looking at the level 1 talents, Bribe on the Vikings, no surprise here. And we do have Time Walker's Pursuit for Chromie, which is kind of the it's been a go-to, but it became less of a go-to after her most recent set of nerfs. And some W builds have become popular, but ultimately still very, very strong talent, giving just a whole Swiss Army knife of benefits.
Yeah, we do have an engagement coming out onto Ferret here. Lots of people here. Oh, we get the Root and the Emerald Dream, and that is going to be first blood at 48 seconds in the game.
That is a quick first pick. Sonya got a lot of damage onto one of the Vikings early, but that is relatively inconsequential. Yeah.
In case you don't know, Olaf has basically Muradin's second wind, where if he's out of combat for a little bit, he'll just start regaining health very quickly. And so you can see him nice and topped off now, and still should have well of it.
Yep, that is a pretty good... Ooh, Galaxy Quest taking a lot of damage while trying to just grab some XP globes. A nice hit there. Hogger doing Hogger things while this 3-man of Malfurion, Chromie, and Mei is sieging into the top lane here. And that is a powerful little set there of heroes that can really do a lot of damage at a pretty safe distance.
Yeah, and getting that very early first kill is incredible for just setting up the tempo. It allows them to get these camps nice and fast and have map pressure. And Team Happy Cloud now have to respond. Big Root is going to hit onto the Cassia with the sleep. Is going to start getting that armor back, but gets it ripped off again. Chromie putting in a ton of damage, but Chaotic is going to survive, and they do find the counter kill out onto the Hogger.
Yep, Hogger went in for the kill. Chaotic lived with about 250 health, and now as the seed spawns in the bottom lane, Chaotic gets hit by all 3 of those Dragon Breaths, so counter kill going over that way. And now Galaxy Quest with a... Okay, did have the dash available, so was in no danger whatsoever. A little worried about that for a second.
Yep, Galaxy Quest looking to find Balog in mid lane. Really shouldn't be allowed to do so. But the first objective being deep in the territory for Team Happy Cloud should allow them to get that, even having traded over 2 for 1 in the top lane.
Yep, that is something Cassia and Sonya are going to do, but it's leaving the top fort open for punishment and pushing, as I Just Enjoy Breadman have not left this lane and instead are opting to look at their opponent's bruiser camp here. And Hogger going to set up that terrain point and just spin to win between there. Now these bruisers very, very low, and we'll have to see if Team Happy Cloud wants to make a fight of this.
They do put Tyrael in there, but it's after the camp is already taken. He does get rooted and put to sleep and is able to get back on out afterwards, but just a little bit too late to try and contest on that bruiser camp.
Yep, so they have to give that up, and now it's level 7 here for I Just Enjoy Breadman, so they're up talent tier. 1 full level already here at the 330 mark. We do have the Cleanse on Malfurion, or the Soft Cleanse here, but top fort already taken out. 346 on this top fort, and that is just such a monumental advantage here for I Just Enjoy Breadman. They are playing this Vikings comp really, really well.
Galaxy Quest did find a nice kill out in the bot lane on Eric. Is going to allow them to... Ooh, actually they're going to try and invade on their opponent's bruiser camp. But it allows them to start getting that XP differential back slightly in their favor because no one has soaked the bottom lane for upwards of 30 seconds now.
Yep. Ferret actually working on this bottom bruiser camp. All 5 members here in some capacity for Team Happy Cloud, so they can try and take this fight. Fight's coming down, and Gold Fortune makes a great kill onto the Genji. Time Loop coming out onto Chaotic to do a bunch of damage. Sonya taken out on point by combination of Mei and Malfurion, and that is not what you want to see as Team Happy Cloud when you've got all 5 members there and still lose a team fight. Olaf pushing in top, Balog pushing in middle with Empowered Siege Giants, and this is looking really good for I Just Enjoy Breadman.
Yeah, not only are they leveraging the advantages that you get from a Vikings comp, being able to stick your 4-man all over the place and put in tons of pressure, they're not losing in the ways that you would expect a Vikings comp to lose in. They only lost 1 objective, and they're not giving up kills. They're actually ahead in kills by 3, so really taking a lot of pressure on with this composition, and with the objective spawning in a very middle position and up level 10. It's going... Everything's coming up Millhouse.
Yeah, that is how I'd put it. I mean, this is the I just enjoy Breadman strategy. Ignore this objective, maybe let the Vikings get it eventually, but with this Bruiser camp, providing spell armor, and another powerful 4-man push, up level 10, there's not a whole lot Team Happy Cloud can do about this. So, they're just going to have to give that objective up, start taking damage. It had 1 health. And I killed it. And yeah, Siege will just resume here in the bottom lane. Makes observing easy, but wow, this is just... I just enjoy Breadman leveraging every kind of advantage you can with a Vikings comp.
Yeah, they're gonna find Canny in the top lane, but... So?
Yeah,
like they have some good damage. They could try maybe to do some pushing. They have the level 10s. If Sonya pops Wrath of Berserker, she can get some good damage into this top lane, but they're still behind almost a level and a half.
Yeah, I think Wrath is almost a guaranteed. I would say Wrath should absolutely be the pick here, just so you can counter push against the Vikings. I think that's an excellent call, as that's probably the Vikings' weakest point, is that if you just push down a lane, they can't really do anything about it. But we'll have to see what the Tyrael and the Sonya go with. It is Leap, so we will see that. Sanct, so we're not going with Judgment, we are going with Leap Sanct with Lornado, along with X-Strike, which is expected, and the Ball Lightning from Cassia.
Really looking forward to seeing a Leap, Scroll of Sealing, and X-Strike onto an isolated target.
Yep, they don't even have to be that isolated, they just have to make sure that they can't time out or drop the Twilight Dream afterwards.
That might have been the best Lornado I've seen in like 6 months. Completely zoned out the members of Team Happy Cloud, let them get that objective for... Heroic that'll be off cooldown very soon. There is the combo coming out. The X-Strike is going to find that kill out on an Altherian. We have a couple of Vikings here, so getting those out would actually be really nice as well. Gold Fortune is getting chased out of here. Already used the Hog Wild. Galaxy Quest is going to get looped, but is not going to get killed. And Hogger is going to get the Hog Wild, gets on out of there, but really nice team fight. However, the Vikings are still doing stuff. There's keep pressure in the bottom lane. Fort pressure in the mid lane. Canny is going to get out of there, and he still has the play again to get his Vikings back up if he desires.
Yep, that's pretty good, as some would say. Sonya working on this Bruiser camp here. 2-2 in the objectives for the Seeds, but level 13 here for I Just Enjoy Breadman, so they're going to have a significant advantage here. Delta's in a terrible spot. Good ice walls, barely going to connect, but barely is just enough. And that is going to be a dead Deckard Cain RIP, just like Diablo 3 Chaotic. And Fade now being chased down. Fade's going to go ahead and get a loop, but with no mana and no Eldrune's cooldown is going to be taken out as well. Does get 20% off that death timer, so a good deal there, but not exactly what you want to see here, as now the Vikings working on picking up this objective and starting up the Garden Terror phase of this map.
Yeah, and that just allows the rest of the team to 4-man push because they know that Team Happy Cloud is too far on their own map to contest even just 2 Vikings. So it allows them to actually invade on their opponent's siege camp, so they have another pushing force. They do actually try to make an engagement here. Team Happy Cloud does, but they're just barely not able to find it in time.
Sonya even went for the leap to try and get over the wall. I mean, it came up really short, but I wonder if it was like cast right at the halfway point, and hopefully it went over, but unfortunately just came up a little bit short. Sonya did skip 1 leg day and could not jump far enough.
Bottom Terror already cleared out with just a little bit of damage under that keep. Eric is going to continue pushing down there, but it'll take him a long time to actually get that, even if no one responds to it. We do have Fade looking maybe for an engage. He did throw out the Eldruins, but that is another Terror ripped out very fast. Galaxy Quest pretty low, however. And it looks like this just might be completely cleaned up by the members of Team Happy Cloud. They have shown on the previous map they've got very good defense. But there's now pressure coming in the bottom lane from I Just Enjoy Breadman, looking to get that keep. but they also have shown a tendency not to want to push in too deep in enemy territory, even when they have significant advantages in other ways.
3-level advantage here for I Just Enjoy Breadman. That is a big blizzard from May. Ice Wall going to be used as a wall, not as a time stop tool. Chrome going to go ahead and lock herself in a time trap, then go ahead and pop the time out. Really, really tons of space to be created here. Hogger goes down first, so that's a big pickup there for Team Happy Cloud, but they are so low, they've got to take what they can. Chaotic not going to make it. Galaxy Quest dashes out. May's trying to go in for the pursuit. X-Strike to escape is there. Canny being bumped in the mid lane. NyQuil being bumped into the bottom keep. Scroll of Ceiling does land and allows the keep to... No, that shot was going to kill from the keep, and it fizzled because of the time stop. That was insane. What a play from Mundane Zebra.
Honestly, that might have been one of the most impressive team fights I've ever seen. Fighting down 3 levels and the 16 talent tiers still coming out even in kills.
That is true. That's part of the road to recovery. Now down just 2.5 levels based on just the soak and the kills acquired. So that does help quite a bit. But yeah, going to be a tough road to try and get to level 20 early. But they will be on the same talent tier pretty soon. Level 16 to level 18 does give them at least more even fights than what they were using earlier.
And if they're able to get that 16, they can get an objective and maybe get some structure damage. And if they can do both of those things, they'll be very deep onto their road to recovery.
Yep, and that's, as casters here, fans of games, want as many of them as possible. Delta gets interrupted by the Chromie, who has impressively good stall. Genji going to be looped down here in the bottom. Uses an X-Strike to drop the cleanse, but instead still clips the corner. Malfurion does get taken out in the end as the Ice Wall is used to cut off all of the saving from everybody else. May now in a little bit of trouble, but not a lot of damage left. Delta gets spun on and deleted by the combination of Chromie and Hogger. Gold Fortune and Mundane Zebra combining for a pair of kills there. Chaotic now in a bunch of trouble. They're going to turn onto them and find a kill. Fade may be able to make it out because that's Tyrael things, but I think that might just be the end of the game, as Siege Camp pushing in mid, Siege Camp pushing in top is going to create all the pressure needed for I Just Enjoy Breadman to take down these keeps and push towards core.
That might have been the single most impactful tiny mistake I've ever seen. Team Happy Cloud did not manage to get the appropriate spread on the minions to get a quick channel. They had 3 people there, and they still weren't able to get a channel very quickly, which gave I Just Enjoy Breadman enough time to get there and actually make that contest. And it just snowballed incredibly strong for I Just Enjoy Breadman.
Yeah, but important thing is knowing who's grabbing the minions and who's grabbing the objectives now. Core push is on. 20s are here for I Just Enjoy Breadman, but core for red team doesn't even have 20%. It is down to 0, and this is a quick win on Garden of Terror, sub 14 minutes here for I Just Enjoy Breadman, enjoying their bread up 2-0 in the series.
Mm-hmm. After this series, they might just be I Just Enjoy Toast Man, because they are playing on fire tonight. Oh yeah, that's the kind of cast we've got going right now.
Oh, fantastic. I love how we went from the Crushinator with his calm demeanor, smooth voice. We've got Tetcher with the British charm, and Jinxie with their capability to fill a cast fantastically. And then we've got this, so welcome to the couple divisions down kind of play. Really great job there from I Just Enjoy Breadman. Can't say praises about that comp enough, and the execution of it. They did a fantastic job. And Team Happy Cloud going to have to go and get a reverse sweep to try and bring this one back.
Do we have the reverse sweep emote in this chat? I need to find out now.
No, not that I can tell.
Oh man, no R sweep in the chat. Big Sag.
Yeah, sad indeed. All right, we're going to take a quick break. Go ahead between games 2 and 3, and then if applicable. 4 and 5, we're going to take a quick break, stretch your legs, make sure to go get a snack, get a drink, do whatever you need to as we set up for match point here going forward from these two teams. I just enjoyed Breadman, Team Happy Cloud, Nexus Division Semifinals. We'll be back in just a moment. Right, everybody, welcome back to this Nexus Division semifinals match between I Just Enjoy Breadman up 2-0 against Team Happy Cloud. I'm 7thAce, Ectar still with me, casting along the series. Ectar, what have you thought so far about this set? I think it's been a pretty solid one, but Bread coming out on top both games.
Yes, but Team Happy Cloud have been performing very well for themselves. They've, especially with their single target blowups, they've been doing very well. Which is why we see the Nubarak continuing to get banned out in these games so far. And yet, I had said Battlefield of Eternity before. That's because I, for some reason, thought Team Happy Cloud was the one picking the map. Now that they do have map pick, they did in fact pick Battlefield of Eternity. So love to see that scouting paying off.
That is a good call. Well done there. So yeah, Battlefield of Eternity is our game number 3. Team Happy Cloud opted for this map. So backs against the wall, they decided we're going to go to our comfort map, and if you have scouting information for them, that would be great, because it would be good to know why they prefer BOE.
They've won on it 3 times out of 4. They've picked it every time that they've gone to it this season. They just seem to feel very comfortable here. They don't seem to have necessarily comps that they run on this map. They've run Uther twice, Maiev twice, Hogger a couple of times, but most of those are just picks that you can put in anywhere. It just seems like they're really comfortable playing this map.
Seems good, and I, for one, as an unbiased party, would definitely like to see some Maiev play. So, I mean, that's just how it goes. Can he?
You said unbiased.
Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
Okay, so we're lying then. Okay.
Possibly. Oh, my dog's in the chat, please. Canny picking up the Li Ming early. High priority pick. Not high priority pick, but most seen on BOE due to her ability to still race from a good range, but also having great team fight power.
Yeah, you also see Chromie running that same role, and she was played in the previous games, so I'm maybe just a little bit surprised that Chromie wasn't the one they opted to go for. But, I mean, she's still a fantastic hero.
Yeah,
so
definitely.
Not really that surprised.
Yeah. Mei and Sonya picked up, so if you want the defining parts of the recent meta, there you go. Team Happy Cloud picking them up early, and the only thing that would make it more iconic is like an Uther. But that, of course, has been on permaban duty. Diva and Johanna picked up for Bread. Seems good. Seems good. Diva's fallen out of the meta a little bit recently.
Yeah, but she's definitely still fine. She's not one of the she's not Hogger and she's not Sonya. But after that, everyone else is pretty fine.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. You've got the Gazlo, the Sonya, the Leoric, all I think in that good tier, where they're good heroes. So, fine with that. Stukov is a ban here for Team Happy Cloud. A new, probably won't see the Anub ban here.
Not with the Mei already getting picked up.
Right. So, Red trying to figure out what they want. Aww. That's what I see. Maiev being banned out by I Just Enjoy Breadman, and make sure to check out Valkymer's CCS development days where I'll be running Maiev workshop. What? Ana picked up by R275 Delta.
Another hero that they've run twice on this map. I don't see anyone that they've run 3 times though, so there's not much of a trend to be found here.
There you go.
Getting picked up for that same role.
There you go. Long range, can race with poke, but also can do the team fight thing well. So, yeah, Anachrome, good nano combo as well, but you can also nano the Sonya because Sonya's insane.
Oh my god, Nano Slam is like the scariest melee hero.
Yeah, I can't think of anything scarier right now. Hanzo and Deckard to finish this one. This is best 5. I know that once this message gets to you, it'll be 50 seconds too late, but that's okay. Semifinals in Nexus Division, because they are not cross-division, are best of 5. So we've got best 5 on Tuesday, we have one today, and then we'll have the best 5 grand finals next week.
Yeah. Galaxy Quest had been our Genji player in the last game. I'm really interested to see what he picks up here. Ooh, it's the High Lord. I like it.
Finally. Do get to see some of that. So Galaxy Quest playing probably the Maiev too, so I like your style, Galaxy Quest. I like your style. So Yeah, strong pickups here. I like Alarak, specifically on BOE as well. He's been run there a good amount of time, and his auto attack DPS pretty strong. So going to contribute in the race. Maybe not as well as somebody like a Greymane, but still very capable of helping burn down an Immortal.
So then, when are you going to pick up Genji?
Oh gosh, when Kira teaches me. That's kind of the answer, because I think Genji needs a lot of assistance to make work, and you know, that's where that's going there. So
fair enough.
All right, starting here on the left side of the map, up 2-0, trying to punch their ticket to the NGS Nexus Division Finals. We have I Just Enjoy Bread Man with NyQuil on the Johanna, Canny on the Li Ming, Mundane Zebra on the Hanzo, Gold Fortune, or Gold Fortune, as I think that might be correct, now that I notice it, on Diva, and Lux Haze on the Deckard.
And on the right side, in the red trunks, they are Team Happy Cloud, looking for that reverse sweep, with Delta playing Ana, Ferret playing Sonya, Chaotic on Chromie, Fade is playing Mei, and Galaxy Quest on that melee assassin Alarak.
Alright, checking out level 1s. Things seem to be standard across the board. We've got Scatter for the Hanzo, already picking up a pair of stacks there, as Fade stood next to a wall. Aether Walker on the Li Ming. I believe I would call that standard at this point. Although the Astral Presence does give a little bit more mana sustain when on the objective. So, pretty good there. And Q Quest here for Chromie, so I think we've got a whole suite of different Chromie level 1s being picked up.
I actually don't know what, if anything, is the standard level 1 on Chromie.
I don't think there is one.
There were 3 patches in a row where there was an obvious overpowered level 1 talent, but all 3 of them, I think, have been nerfed at this point. So now there's actually, you know, competitive viability between the talents.
Ridiculous. We wouldn't want that in our game. Decision making? Nuts. So, yeah, we've got pretty even lanes so far, but now that the camps have opened up, teams will try and posture around them to see what they can pick up. Time Trap being aggressively used to kind of provide vision in that bush. For Team Happy Cloud, you can see it's like range 2 vision there, giving a nice idea of what I Just Enjoy Breadman is doing around that area.
Yeah, I want to take a quick look at top lane. Both heroes roughly 60% back into the bottom lane.
Yeah.
Lux Haze putting down a veritable forest of potions down there. We actually have Team Happy Cloud considering coming in for a very aggressive behind rotation, but they did just get forced back a little bit. They're going to take position in the lane and allow their opponents to pick up that camp.
Yep, Diva went ahead and rotated all the way down for this camp, so Ferret maybe had a window to try and go pick up top camp while Diva slowly rotates, as she has doesn't have her level 4 and 7 talents to be able to go and take that rotations quite as quickly. So instead, just opting for the safe play, soak against, slam the minions in, and gain a couple of minions advantage.
At this point, both teams are looking to take their Bruiser camp. It's actually a little bit on the early side. I wonder if either team will be just holding it for later in the objective countdown. We do have Ferret taking that top camp now, as Fade did rotate up to cover the XP. We do have the camp getting picked up at 15 seconds and 14 seconds, so very close between the two teams, really knowing the timings on this map to get those mercs popping in lane at the appropriate time.
The double camp in the top lane, though, is going to require attention from I Just Enjoy Breadman, so that's going to give almost the entirety of this first half of this Immortal phase over to Team Happy Cloud. We'll have to see where, if they opt for any kills or try to pressure the Johanna or just go directly for the burn. And it does seem like the burn is the option. Hanzo actually out of mana here, as Team Happy Cloud with a 2200 health advantage.
Yeah, they're going to be in a really good position to just burn this out. Johanna is going to come in, drop that blind. We see Fade trying to do something very similar, but it looks like the race should probably go in favor of Team Happy Cloud for the first objective.
Yep, really no contest there. Pretty standard across the board for that. 5,668 shield. Actually going to force out the Diva Bomb. Alarak not going to be able to pull the D.Va afterwards, so and try and get her while she's demeched. So nothing too exciting going on during that. First Immortal picked up for Team Happy Cloud, and now it's like they almost picked this map as they have a small advantage starting here.
We do have Fade looking for an aggressive icing, but not going to actually knock anyone back. NyQuil is going to get zoned out by this Blizzard, however. It's going to allow time for the members of Team Happy Cloud to pump a little bit of damage in, but Chromie misses the skill shots and going to be able to get out basically unmolested.
Yeah, Chromie and Alarak, not the most consistent damage combo, but really do have a lot of capability for punishment and battlefield control with the time stops, or with the time traps, and with the telekinesis, so really nice capabilities there.
And they got the front wall, which is really what you expect out of a first objective, where you didn't just get an immediate team wipe and get like a full shield Immortal or anything, so very standard. XP pretty much even between the two teams. An engagement coming out into NyQuil with Galaxy Quest in that pull Discord strike combination. Only going to find some damage, and I mean, damage is good. It does force them back, but it doesn't find them that much positioning. Their opponents can probably tap up and recontest in this camp if they so desire.
Yep, D.Va's rotating out down to try and help the scuffle that's going to be imminent on this bottom objective. Galaxy Quest in a very compromised position. No telekinesis available to do anything, but nice Blizzard there is going to lock down NyQuil. No D-Shield available, is going to be taken out. D.Va going to stun everybody off the point for a little bit. Galaxy Quest going to pay for it with his life. Ferret now coming in on the flank. Nice natural agility from Hanzo to be able to escape. Time Trap's going to let Fade and Ferret also make it out. So 1-for-1 trade with the camp going over to Team Happy Cloud. So pretty even overall, but now level 8 picked up for Chromie, and she's got her ultimate online.
And we are going to see the return of Slowing Sands. We did have the loop in the previous game. Looking for more of that control and less of that blow-up ability in game number 3.
Yep. Also looking at some talent builds, we do have a Poison Spear, so that kind of indicates maybe more of a option for Wrath of the Berserker. We have the Overwhelming Power on the Alarak, which I think is pretty cool, as well as the Show of Force at level 4, rewarding combos. Pretty standard there. Ana's got the Debilitating Dart on level 4. Which I think is pretty interesting as well. And then Deckard opting for 2 gems, but not including Ruby, so kind of unique there.
Big sleep and damage coming out into Gold Fortune, but they are able to stay alive. Ferret getting very low, and D.Va did have the mech available and is going to get that full scotch-free health bar to recontest on this objective. It has already been brought down to halftime. This is the final position these Immortals are going to be in. Meaning is going to miss out on the orb, and Ferret with the turnaround engage, putting a lot of damage into Gold Fortune, but it looks like Galaxy Quest, first one to go down, is, and we do have the resets along with that dominance coming in to keep Li-Ming in the fight as long as possible.
Yeah, that was very close. I think an auto attack or something from Li-Ming was able to finish off the Alarak. Let's actually see real quick. Where's the death recap? 6. There we go. Death recap was some magic missiles from Li-Ming that was able to finish off that kill. So very trying to body block behind the teammates, but just wasn't able to get out. So yep, that'll be objective going over to Bread, but it'll be an extra bruiser camp to help defend for Team Happy Cloud, as both teams picking up level 10 for this Immortal pushing phase.
We did have Lux Haze rotate into the bottom lane to just pick up a little bit of XP as D.Va was in the top lane. Maybe had a little bit of opportunity for Team Happy Cloud to do something with their team comp advantage, but not going to happen quite yet. We do have a big sleep coming out, and the double Danger Snakes is going to secure that kill out onto Chromie.
Chromie just barely got hit by that Immortal. I don't know if they were slowed by the Sapphire of Deckard or whatever, because I was checking other stuff, but that was ultimately what led into the capability of the Immortal Stun, into the Blessed Shield, into the Root, into the Danger Noodles. So good kill there, and now Immortal takes out top 4. Isn't going to be able to do too much past damaging this cannon tower in the top lane, but we can already see I just enjoy Breadman doing everything they need to win these fights right now. So definitely their strongest point in this game so far.
Yeah, looking at the heroics, we do have pretty much all the ones that are expected. We've got the Wave of Force coming in, and we do have the Leap from the Sonya. Otherwise, very much what you would expect coming out from both teams. Both teams opting to take the Cosworth camp. The one in the top lane actually going to go all the way to that keep wall if it's not cleared up beforehand. So a lot of pressure that could be getting built up in this top lane, and the members of Team Happy Cloud are going to start hearthing, but Bread is going to do like they've done pretty much all series and just back out because they don't have an advantage.
Yep, Bread very disciplined in that way, but it also makes them predictable, so maybe Team Happy Cloud can use that in some capability, but obviously much easier to say up here in the quote-unquote casting booth than able to be done. Gold Fortune going to be comboed by Alaric, going to grab a little bit of sadism from that show of force, and then it's going to just be able to get boosted right on out of there, so not a whole lot of consequence occurring, but the well did go down here, so probably the most important thing there. Ooh, Luxay's disconnecting, and we're going to go ahead and get a pause.
So one thing I want to point out, and probably an underrated feature of D.Va's boosters, is not only does it give her move speed, it means she can't be slowed. So when she got hit by the blizzard and the slowing sands, even though she'd taken a couple of ticks of the increasing slow from the slowing sands, her Q just removes all of that and gets her out of there easy peasy. Meant that Mei couldn't get the icing follow-up, and so we're not able to find the blow-up onto Gold Fortune.
I did not know that, Ectar, so I'm glad you pointed it out, because when you gain 115% move speed, you would think it's just slows are relatively inconsequential, but it actually says D.Va cannot be slowed while boosters are active. So I think that's a really interesting part of that there. So, very cool. Good point out there.
Yeah.
So, yeah, otherwise, looking at the state of the game, both teams towards level 13. Bread just barely ahead in that regard. So, hope they go without us, because we're observers. Oh, there's the 3-2-1. They got it. They got it. Just had to give them the smiley faces because there's nothing we can do. They can't hear us from how far away we are in this commentator's booth.
It's very isolating for sure.
Yep, they did a great job soundproofing it, but somehow I still have an echo.
Yeah, my soundproofing for some reason includes dogs. I didn't know that was an alternative feature you could get, but you know, only the best for NGS casters.
For sure. Ooh, that was a backup battery used by Mei to remove that root as soon as it landed, so it's practically no interruption to the walking surfaces of Fade. Helps a little bit heal with it too. So,
we do have the 13s available now for the members of I Just Enjoy Breadman. We do have the engagement kind of coming out from Team Happy Cloud. They do have their Chromie on the race, so it's really just aggressive as hell stalling coming out from Team Happy Cloud, but they do find some good damage into the D.Va, but the Danger Snakes, once again, Ferret is able to leap on out of there. Chromie is coming in now as there's a huge combo coming out from the Mei with the Blizzard following up on that Ice Wall, and that is Hanzo going to be the first to fall. And I Just Enjoy Breadman are in full retreat, except for Gold Fortune, who was trying to chase down Galaxy Quest, who does make it out alive.
Yep, just barely able to escape with a little over 250 health. Very close there. But halftime was triggered. Advantage currently even, actually, for both teams, but I think the better race is over to Team Happy Cloud. Ancient Blessings coming out to help a little bit, and this is actually a very close race here. 1,223 in the favor of Team Happy Cloud, so they just barely pick up that Immortal. No shield going to be here, but still, winning the Immortal is, you know, most of the battle there.
Remember when Ancient Blessings had a 30-second cooldown?
That's pretty good, Ectar.
You used to just pop that for anything. We do have an engagement coming out into Chaotic. We do have the Ice Wall coming out primarily for the walling purpose to stop that engagement. We have the Danger Snakes coming out, but with no setup, isn't going to hit onto anyone. Very aggressive defense coming out here from the members of I Just Enjoy Breadman, but Gold Fortune is able to torpedo dash out away from that slowing sands, and no kills found on either team. We do have the Nano Boost coming out now. Is going to put some good damage in from that Chromie, but it looks like the aggressive defense has been enough to push the members of Team Happy Cloud back and save them that top fort.
Well, you can be aggressive up 5v4. Ferret, though, going to go ahead and slam down this bottom fort and should be able to escape easily, even without the use of leap. But always had that available in the back pocket to be able to escape. So, top fort, bottom fort taken out for both teams. But top fort is the structure differential that exists so far. As we're going to get a fight down here on this bottom camp. Yes, we are.
This might be the single most contested camp in history. Every time it has been contested strongly by both teams. Leap being used as a disengage. Fade is just kind of left in there to die. Ancient Blessings is going to be the damage necessary to get that kill. They actually find a second kill out on the Chromie. We have Canny and Zebra getting in deep on that chase. Delta is really just stalling for time to allow the rest of his team to try and get out of there. And only Sonya makes it out alive.
That was a really good fight there for I Just Enjoy Breadman. They've got double mage. Let's not put it anywhere against it. But even you could not Chromium Gleaming Ron. They still have like a double mage style though, with those danger snakes from Hanzo, the Dragon Strike, being such an instrumental part of that team fight. Just being able to force Sonya to leap out instead of being able to leap onto the back line. And then Chromie taking a ton of damage for them as she was posted up. Khazar Camp is not going to focus the keep down, so it's going to stick at 49 health here. I'm going to actually keep that pulled up at the bottom left so we can monitor that, as that is quite the low amount of health.
I'm surprised that someone hasn't already inted for it. It looks like Gold Fortune is going to do the backdoor duty and get that keep. And the members of Team Happy Cloud opting for their Bruiser Camp, but this allows their opponents to actually get the halfway on the objective, even though they only had 4 members on it.
Johanna's in a terrible spot, actually. Is able to pop the B shield just in time before escaping. Lux Haze makes everybody else take a nap. There goes the leap in, and the remainder of the Johanna is taken out after the D shield used. Nice ice wall to isolate out the Diva. She's going to have to Diva Bomb. No, actually opted for the boosters. I don't know if that was just continued channeling before the ice wall occurred, but that is 2 kills for Team Happy Cloud. Now they're going to be able to send 1 to 2 members to, probably 1 member to race, and everybody else to defend from these long-range poke heroes.
And that Bruiser Camp that they get looks like it is actually going to get that top fort as well. So getting that little bit of building parity in the top lane. Excuse me. They do still need to keep this many people on, because between Hanzo and Li Ming, they can really poke this out very effectively. And that is going to be the objective going over in favor of I Just Enjoy Breadman with the power of that Mirror Ball.
God. I'm wondering if Team Happy Cloud could have stepped up more to try and create better space for their team there. Because Hanzo and Li Ming, yeah, it's hard to deny them. Don't get me wrong, that's a tough one, but I'm wondering if they could have taken that space away and tried to force an engagement, but unsure of their cooldown status and everything at the time. That would have to be looked at later. But nonetheless, now Punisher pushing, or Immortal barreling down towards the last remaining structure here for Team Happy Cloud. Diva's going to get knocked out of her mech very quickly, but is going to be able to escape. Dragon Strike comes through, does a lot of damage, but 4-man Icefall is going to allow for the fight reset here for Team Happy Cloud.
Ooh, we have the defensive leap out coming from Ferret, though. We have a huge counter-strike on Galaxy Quest, securing a lot of damage, but not quite a kill onto either Kenny or Nightgrill. That is going to be the second keep of the game falling for the members of Team Happy Cloud, but they made a very good defense here. Their opponents are very low. They're going to try to rip this top camp, but if we've seen anything in these games, like Khazar Camp, that is the deadest Khazar Camp I've ever seen.
I'll say there's a lot. That's a full scatter build with Pierce on the Hanzo. That thing will die instantly. And instead, it is the classic bottom one that we might get a fight over. Chromie does have that Piercing Sands to try and make it happen a little bit faster, but the Sonic Air from Hanzo is able to let I Just Enjoy Breadman know where it's going. Blessed Shield hits onto the ice-blocked Mei as the camp does get picked up. Dragon Strike is going to catch Delta and awkwardly runs around inside of it and takes half their health bar. Diva Bomb going to go ahead and zone everybody out, and during that confusion, Sonya is able to get picked off. Delta gets jumped on by Li Ming. Alarak goes down as well. 5v2 now here, and Chaotic not in a great spot either, and I think I Just Enjoy Breadman has just enjoyed themselves a one-way ticket to the Nexus Division Finals, Ectar.
Yeah, I definitely have to agree. It was... The game was never out of reach for Team Happy Cloud until just this very moment when they lost that team fight. But in all 3 games, especially the first and the third, they really did put up a very strong fight. But it is going to be I Just Enjoy Breadman punching that ticket to the Grand Finals, I believe against Phoenix Rising Ruby.
Alright, congratulations to them. Loot comes out, make sure to grab your legendaries and set items. None of them are primals, unlucky. But they have done a very, very convincing job. The games, especially as Ectar said, 1 and 3 were close. But in the end, it's a 3-0 win for them, even though they were beaten in the regular season match. So really good adjustments and preparation coming into this match to be able to secure this one down and go to the Nexus Finals. So very, very exciting there.
So who are you getting for the interview?
Right, I have no idea, but I'm sure we'll meet him in lobby 2. So let's get there, and then we can figure out who's going to join from I Just Enjoy Bread. Why do I have messages from whispers from people that I haven't even talked to? Oh. Where is it? Interview.
I don't know if you saw, but Danny was saying that he will sell you Kira Genji lessons for more Bronze 6 casting.
That is a... That's a... Danny hit me up. That's a little bit of an eyes emoji right there. You don't have to bribe me for Bronze 6 cast. Maybe don't, get knocked out of the season, but we can make it happen. We can make it happen.
Is that a shots fired? That sounds like a shots fired.
It sounds like shots fired, but I can do that to Danny. Because we still haven't lost to them.
It's true. You know what? They might be in a whole division above us, but damn it, they have not beaten us.
It is very important there. It is Phoenix Rising Ruby that did win on Tuesday. Waiting on any kind of...
Yo, man, Madge.
Yeah, I know.
Who keeps a Storm League? I see now why he said ignore my message.
Yeah, I didn't even see it until then. That's pretty funny. All right, welcome, Hayes, and
hello.
Congratulations on your 3-0 victory.
Thank you.
Well,
feels good.
Yeah, I bet it does. How's the team doing? Everybody pretty excited, pretty happy about it?
Yeah. Last time we played THC, we lost. It was a close series, but we were expecting it to be a lot harder today. Not that they played badly or anything, but I didn't think we expected to have a 3-0, honestly.
Well, I mean, did that come down? What do you think that came down to? Was there a lot of preparation put into this match? Was there a whole bunch of scouting, planning, building comps, or just don't lose again trademark?
Yeah, kind of. I don't know. I think THC, more than any other team in our division, is an incredibly draft dependent team. They also didn't play with one of their main roster players. I don't know how much that affected them today, but yeah, I feel like they can take games from the best teams, but they can also lose to some of the worst teams. So I think we just happened to get pretty much everything we prepared for in drafts today.
Fair enough. So yeah, well done to there. Now, you obviously got to play the Deckard throughout the series. What are your opinions on picking up Deckard in the current meta? Because I don't see him picked that often.
I mean, when what 4 or 5 healers are banned, you kind of have to get down on the dumps there.
Yeah, that's a good
Um,
point.
so yeah, he's not great, but if you don't need cleanse, he's fine, and he has really good follow up for Johanna. So I think that's why we like it when we pick Johanna.
That's fair enough. It does make that large area scroll of ceiling easy to hit with how much Johanna controls space and groups people up and slows them down. So really compensates for Johanna's lack of engage. So I like it. I like that. Like that a lot. So yeah, game number 1, Infernal Shrines. Just checking over comps. I think you had the. I know you had a. Yeah, Diablo, or you had the Johanna Cassia, Deckard, then Malthael, Sonya. So you were able to get the Sonya in that game.
Mm-hmm.
Seems pretty good.
I think that game we ended up trading Sonya for Hogger. I think, if I remember correctly.
Yes, Galaxy Quest got the Hogger.
Yeah, I think that's kind of a like if neither is banned, you're usually trading one for the other. And I think the general consensus is just that Sonya is better. And I think that's why we go for it a little earlier on that map in particular.
Yeah, I mean, it's their best map. One of the best heroes in the game. I wouldn't argue that whatsoever.
Gold's a legend.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, that was a fairly close game. Both of the Diablo map games were quite close. Anything particular stand out to you on Shrines, or is that just kind of business as usual?
I think if they didn't draft Thrall, they can win that game like pretty convincingly. They got a lot of combos on me, and I should have been dead, but they just didn't have the follow up for it. So I think that's probably one of the most convincing reasons, like why I mentioned they're a pretty draft dependent team. I think that's one of the standout moments for that. Like if they don't get the draft that perfectly counters ours, I think it's pretty smooth sailing on that one.
I do think that the Anubarak bans were very poignant in that regard. I watched a couple of their games as just scouting, and they know how to follow up on an Anubarak.
Yeah, Anubarak's like I think that's what we expected them to do on with Tyrael on game 2. We expected the Judgment and the Leaf and the Genji as like a replacement for the Anubarak, but they ended up not doing it. Because last time they played Anubarak into us, they kind of dumpstered me specifically on the mouth a lot. So we were not looking forward to it, but it ended up being the sink. So I think that the game was a little easier at that point too.
Yeah, that definitely did seem to be the case, especially in that game number 2. And I definitely agree. I think you especially did an excellent job covering for the team on pretty much every Diablo combo. There's a root coming out, and if it wasn't on you, a stay a while, and they were really unable to convert a lot of those kills, even when it really looked like they had a powerful position to take. So nice job there keeping everybody alive.
Thank you.
So then game number 2, you've got Vikings comp on Garden of Terror. Now, Vikings hasn't been picked a whole lot this season, but Monty Guy in the chat absolutely nailed it as far as what you were doing pretty much before that draft started. So, yeah, was that the plan from the start, or did you see the Genji and when like they don't have any wave clear and you can basically just run a lane down and it's fine, and you don't give Genji his roaming power? So, what was the thought on that last Viking pick?
I don't want to give away too much because we've
Good
practiced
fit. That is a good point.
a lot of different things.
You are
on
welcome
that map.
to completely deny anything.
But I think Vikings is just like if they don't again like it's so much of that game was just won in draft. We could have fed like 4 times mid, and as long as we get to level 20, we win that game. I don't know. I feel like Vikings is just really good if they don't draft around it, and they did not.
Yeah. I mean, they're one of the top heroes in the game currently, so definitely did not see it coming. And it was pretty much a easy peasy win from there. So Well done there. And then game 3, you're on BOE, and Team Happy Cloud definitely started stronger on that map than pretty much any of the previous games. They're able to grab first Immortal and have easy defenses on subsequent Immortals. What was really the turning point there in that game number 3?
I'd have to go back and watch because I don't remember specifically, but I think we just played the first Immortal or two, not respecting their race enough. So we got to the objective a little later, and we were just behind in race. So at a certain point, we just decided to just trade it, give them the Immortal. It didn't get a whole lot of value, I think, the first one, but yeah, they're at least in it for longer on that map.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and of course the Dragon strikes down at the that bottom camp where it's quite powerful overall. So I mean, there's nowhere to go there. So really well done there by the Hanzo player. So
yeah, I think when you're on May, one of the reasons like we were okay giving up May there is she's pretty counterable on that map, in my opinion. Like, she herself can survive through the Dragon Strike and everything and stand on the point and zone away, but she can't do anything to Joe. And then her whole team is just zoned by a huge Dragon Strike because Mundane's a god too. And then we have Diva Bomb and Deckard zoning, so they can't really step up, and then she's just kind of alone. And she just takes half her health or all of it.
Yeah, or all of it, as we saw several times. So yeah,
she lived a lot longer than she should have a couple times, but that's okay.
That's May things. So yeah, well done. Looking forward now, you've got Phoenix Rising Ruby next week in the finals. Obviously, again, don't just write your game plan into the cast here, but what are you planning to prepare for? Anything you want to say to them? Just what are you planning to do for that match? Without, again, giving away trade secrets.
Hopefully, what we did today, just show up, play pretty clean, get what we want in draft, don't give them what they want, and win. We're gonna have to do a little bit of research because we were mostly focusing on this one, but we were pretty confident if THC was going to be not necessarily harder, but one of the harder matches we had to play. Not saying PRR is going to be bad or anything like that. I think they're going to be probably stronger just from what we've seen from them, but I think we were a little more hesitant going into this one since we had just lost to THC. So.
Yeah, what week was that match on? Do you remember?
I don't remember exactly. I think it was like 2 or 3 weeks ago, but it was a close series, and I think we noticed some pretty significant misplays from us. But it was definitely something where, especially in scrims, like we were fine losing. We learned a lot, and then we just kind of show up game day, and I hope that's what we're gonna do next week or whenever the game ends up being.
Alrighty. Ectar, do you have anything further to ask?
Yeah, speaking of losing and learning, you did lose your regular series match against Phoenix Rising Ruby. So what did you take away from that series?
Like I said, I don't remember exactly that match. I remember it being pretty close. I think one of the things we're proudest of is pretty much every... I don't think we got dominated once, or we did. If we did, it was just once. Most teams we were able to at least take one game off of. Scrims are pretty even most of the time, so I don't think we put too much stock in it. I think a best of 5 series is definitely gonna make it a little more obvious who the better team is, whether it's us or them. Either way, we at least get more time to show it. And in a best of 3, sometimes you can kind of just get cheesed in one game or throw one single game,
Wouldn't know. Never thrown a game.
Never thrown a game before in my life.
Nope. Never. Alrighty. Quick question from the chat. Canny, you might know him, asks, can I play Vikings on Braxis versus PRR?
We're not playing Praxis.
We did get some insider information that Canny is locked into DPS jail. And it was only by your very graciousness that he was able to not play DPS on Garden of Terror tonight.
Well, that's normally just because Mundane is like a garbage DPS. He has no idea how to play anything but Malthael, so we usually try to veer away from putting him on anything that requires any skill, you know.
Fantastic.
And they said you were the nicest person to do the interview. My gosh.
Exactly.
Brutal.
Don't worry, everybody else on our team is great. Don't worry. And we can all play multiple heroes.
At least 2 of them.
Yeah,
At least
Deckard Cain
two.
and Brightwing.
I played a Malf in there. I only fed it once. It's okay.
Well done. All right. Well, floor is open for shout-outs for you. So if you have any shout-outs, final words, whatever, get them in now.
Shout out to Mundane for putting us all together. He formed us. We love playing Malthael, so nobody ban it against us, please, in the future. Shout out to you guys for casting and NGS. So yeah, and shout out to Gold for being the best Hogger in NGS.
No compare. Nope.
No compare.
Cool. All right. Well, congratulations again, and looking forward to seeing you next week as you take on Phoenix Rising Ruby.
Thank you.
Oh, quick question: how much do y'all enjoy bread?
I love bread. I don't know about everybody else on the team. I think it's more of an anti-keto sentiment, you know.
Understandable. All right. You have a good evening.
All right, you too. Bye.
All right. Bye. And back to the casting bunker we go. Ectar's not found it. There we go. NGS Discord is quite large.
That, and I had gotten a ping from somebody during the interview, so I went to go check out that was. I didn't even have the NGS server open.
Oh, hate to see it. So, all right. Well, that was another good semifinals cast. Wasn't the caster's delight of 5 games, but we did get a quite nice 3-game set out of our teams there. So, yeah, we'll have to see if we cast them or somebody else coming up in the next couple of days/weeks here. But stay tuned because it's a bunch of exciting games here for NGS playoff season. So, Ectar, any closing words?
Stay hydrated.
Oh, I have been. I've got my Gatorade right here. Thank goodness.
That's not hydration. That's like the whole plot of Idiocracy is that Gatorade does not hydrate.
Does it not? It has electrolytes. Have the advertisements lied to me, Ectar? Oh.
Electrolytes are in fact not what plants crave.
Unfortunate. Well, I have glowing green plants in my house, so maybe it is. You don't know that. So, all right, everybody. Is there anybody else casting NGS right now? Actually,
there is. IceX is currently casting the E-West semifinals, another best of 5. Deep Fried Mingball's #1 seed is currently up 1-0 over Wood League Express, the #4 seed. So I've got the raid command typed into chat and I'm ready to enter.
Hit it, and we'll go ahead and sign us off. Thanks for watching, everybody, and see you around. Bye.
Goodbye. Thank you, everyone, for coming.